Hey, it's Joe. This is episode 7, 0 to 1, my journey in the note business, getting started. So we're still concentrating on non-performing notes at this point. It is the most complex of all of the ways in which you can purchase notes, right? You have performing, non-performing. We talked a little bit about that yesterday. Performing, simple, plug and play, get a third-party servicer, and build your team in case things do go non-performing. But with non-performing, you want to kind of have all of that ready to go and set up. And so we were kind of talking about simple price methods to get through things, and we can do kind of a back of the envelope or the quick and dirty way in order to try to think if this is worthwhile to go pursue. And then there's the more in-depth pricing methods, right? But both of those methods have some similarities, and that would be to determine your risk factor, the risk level you have. What is your required return? The depending cost of foreclosures, if that goes that way, the determining the cost of to reperform, right? How many months would it take to get them to a position to reperform? What would that return look like once you did get it reperformed? A lot of times people get into a scenario where they purchase a non-performing note because the house could be nice in an REO, right? Maybe you get it, you could flip it, or sell it to someone else and make a good profit. But if it gets reperforming, maybe it's only a 4% note, and you'd be stuck with a low return to note. So again, we don't want to get drunk on yield. We want to go with good deals, solid underwriting, and solid assets. But you could get stuck in that scenario. So you want to look at the reperforming costs, and then also estimate any of your exit processes for all of your scenarios. Cash for keys. Things like going through the actual total foreclosure process, which is determining your foreclosure process. But any of the things that you have, whether or not that is taking possession and then flipping it, all of those things are factors that you need to take into consideration. And then with those, we're going to back into the price we need to pay for the note, right? If we foreclose, this is what we're going to need to pay for the note. The worst case scenario. Non-performers are a big deal to have a team. Someone set up in that area in which you're purchasing, and that's what we at Wise Choice Capital are building and looking to try to do, which would be in those areas in which we're purchasing notes, whether it's Alabama, whether it's Tennessee, whether it's Ohio, any of the places that we've been kind of looking at. We want to do things like build the team there, build it with a real estate agent who can help us get better pricing on the homes and an idea of what the home can sell for later, a crew who could do renovations for you in case there are needs to do that, which there would be. If you're taking over a foreclosure, oftentimes it's not in the best condition. So you're going to do property preservation type of team, things like that, as well as a property manager in case you want to rent it, right? If you're in a decent area, let's say you're outside of Indianapolis, and you get yourself a nice little rental, and that's a good rental market. So you could put in a renter there, and now you got yourself a nice performing rental property that you own, and you probably got it for nothing because you bought a non-performing note and put in the work there. So lots of different ways with non-performing notes. It's one of the reasons that I really, really love the note business. I know I keep kind of saying this, but it is why I'm trying to dedicate the majority of my free time to learning about this business and maybe eventually moving it into a full-time business with Wise Choice Capital. So we're working on funds. We have some funds that are available now, and all of those kinds of things, as well as just individual notes, which is really where we like to start people. If you are interested in this and you go to Wise Choice Capital, you can book a 15-minute phone call with me, and we'd have a conversation with what is the goals for your money, which is always the most important part. If you're taking on JV partners, in this case, joint venture partners, and we'll do good splits for those partners. What we would want to make sure they know is what are their goals, right? What are their goals for the money? What's their time frame? All of that. Non-performing notes typically look to be about 18 months from the time that you get them to the time that you figure out the process of what you're trying to do with it, and either you reperform it, which would be maybe 3 or 4 months after that, and then you would season it, let's say for a year or 18 months, and then you would sell that entirety, so you'd get a nice chunk. So you have to have goals with the money if you're taking it on. So that's a little bit about what we're trying to do and where we're going today. Non-performing notes, learning pricing, analyzing, and getting our game plan and our processes together. So hope everybody's doing good. Have a good day.